guys, what's going on? Thanks for clicking on the video. I'm genuinely excited for these NBA playoffs this year. We have a lot of fun, intriguing matchups. I personally would have loved to give like a round by round, go from round 1 to round 2, the conference finals, and then the NBA finals. I would have loved to do a big video like that and give my predictions for the whole entire complete NBA playoffs. But the truth is that video would be so stinking long. If you piece the videos together, you'll probably understand like it's going to be Celtics or Bucks or Warriors, Phoenix Suns. I want to be on record saying I think that the Bucks are going to beat the Warriors in 6. That's a soft prediction that I have right now for who I think could potentially go to the NBA Finals and win it all. But we'll just have to see. So let's jump into it and let's talk about the West, starting with the number 1 seed, Denver Nuggets against the Timberwolves. Honestly, personal opinion, this matchup doesn't just pop out on paper, and it doesn't seem like a close matchup where it's like, hey, the T-Wolves might be able to get an upset on the Nuggets. I'm going to play it safe, and I think that Jokic is going to have a phenomenal series. You've seen the stat line with his playoff record where if he averages a triple-double, it's going to be a Nuggets win. And so I just don't think that the Timberwolves, with how their season has been, I don't think they have a strong enough resume to compete with the Nuggets and scare the Nuggets and steal a game or two in Denver. I think Denver is personally going to give a gentleman's sweep and beat them 4-1. They'll win games 1 and 2. The Timberwolves will win game 3. And then to round off games 4 and 5, Nuggets will win it. They'll capitalize the series and win in Minnesota on the road to move on to the second round. For the number 2 seed, Memphis Grizzlies against the 7 seed Lakers. I am really curious as to see how far that LeBron James can take these Lakers, because the Lakers, I've said it, they've had a really tough season this year. Awful season. Really tough to watch some games around the All-Star break following the Lakers, because I'd tune in and I'd be like, gosh, they are playing terrible. This isn't fun. I do think with missing the big man, Steven Adams, will affect the Grizzlies long-term in these playoffs. Honestly, I want to say as a LeBron fan, where it's like, dude, LeBron's going to find a way. They're going to get past the Grizzlies. I think it's possible. And I'm not going to sleep on LeBron and say that, the Lakers aren't able and capable to do it. The only problem that I see is what happens if Anthony Davis goes down? What happens if LeBron James lands wrong on his foot again and he injures it? What's tough is if the Lakers can stay healthy in this series, I think this could potentially be one of those series that could go 7 games. But the thing that you cannot ignore is because of how the Lakers showed up against the Timberwolves, and they should have blown the Timberwolves out, but they let the Timberwolves hang around, and that game had to go to overtime. With how sloppy the win was, it makes me think that I don't know if the Lakers are ready to play the Grizzlies. LeBron's going to come out, obviously, and have a triple-double and play phenomenal and have over 30 points, but the question is, how is everybody else around him going to react? Memphis does have home court, so they will have the first 2 games, and if potentially it goes to 7, they will have game 7 in Memphis. Memphis will take a 2-0 lead on the Lakers, but LeBron, with how LeBron does play when his back is against the wall, the Lakers will take game 3. I think game 4 will be the most pivotal game in this series, because this is where I personally think that Ja Morant comes into town and he sneaks another win out in LA to go up 3-1. Now, with it being 3-1 headed back to Memphis, I do think that LeBron will be able to be capable enough in Game 5 to, show up and perform. And I think hopefully if AD is still healthy and everybody else is rolling and clicking, Game 5 is going to be a wonderful game. I think the Lakers will fend off being eliminated. But then ultimately in Game 6, this is where we'll have that sad meltdown where the Lakers probably in the second half, they'll start to miss those tough contested 3-point shots. The bench for the Lakers won't be able to get enough points. Austin Reeves might, underperform a little bit in this big game. LeBron's still going to carry the team, but I have the Memphis Grizzlies eliminating the Lakers in LA in Game 6. Sacramento versus Golden State. This is a really intriguing matchup. A lot of people are saying that the Warriors are going to get eliminated, and a lot of people are saying this is the biggest series of round 1. I personally don't fall into that hype. I don't think it's going to be. I think this is going to be another round where the Warriors prove everybody wrong. Like if you just look at the history. Is it cool that Sacramento won the division this year, had a phenomenal season to get to the playoffs, ending that playoff drought? Yes, That is very impressive. But player for player, when you stack the experience of the Kings against the Golden State Warriors, dude, they don't compare. Yes, there is a glaring issue of the Warriors' road record. That will be definitely a key factor in this, which I will say right now, no, I do not have the Warriors stealing game one in Sacramento. I think tonight, when Sacramento plays Golden State, they're going to win game one. And then everybody's going to be like, oh, here we go. Told you. The Warriors can't win on the road, and so Sacramento's going to take that early 1-0 lead. There are times where the Warriors have been able to turn it on like a light and been able to have those wonderful playoff performances. I think this is the time when you need to rely on guys like Curry to get the job done. And personally, I do think that De'Aaron Fox is going to have a phenomenal series. Same with Sabonis. But the truth is, when you look at the experience of how De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis have played in those tight, clutch games, the question is, can they stop the Splash Brothers? Can they prevent Draymond Green from getting the boards? Can they prevent Clay from shooting it deep? Can they stop Curry, from getting free throws? It makes you wonder a lot of things. And so personally, I think there is a lot of hype behind this series, but at the end of the day, the Warriors will win it. In a different other playoffs where it was the 3-seed Kings versus the 6-seed Nuggets, then it's like, yeah, I'd favor the Kings to move on to the next round because who are the Nuggets without Jokic? You shut down Jokic, that series is over. I think the series will go as such. Sacramento will win game one, and then everybody's going to start to panic a little bit. But then the Warriors, late in game two, will sneak out a win to tie the series 1-1 going back to the Bay. The Warriors have had a decent home record, which is why they're even in the playoffs. They're 33-8 at home. I think the Warriors will win game 3 and game 4 to capitalize and take a 3-1 lead over the Kings. And then in game 5 with the lead 3-1 in Sacramento, I think the Kings, with how well their home record has been this season, I think they'll be able to fight off the Warriors and get a home win to then force a game 6 back in Oakland, where ultimately the Warriors end up winning the series 4-2. And this isn't any discredit to the Kings, and I'm not saying that they're not a good squad. There just needs to be a little bit more experience. Like, they could be terrible, like the Thunder or the Pelicans or the Pistons or the Rockets or the Spurs or all these other teams that are at the bottom that are trying to get draft picks or just miss the playoffs altogether because they overperformed this season but didn't win enough games to get there. That's not what this Kings team is. This Kings team is perfectly fine. They are trending in the right direction. But as of now, my pick is I have the Warriors moving on 4-2. So that is my prediction of how I think series by series this round one will go. Stay tuned. I'm going to just follow it along as much as I can from series to series, round to round, because it's fun. And I'm really excited for how this playoffs is going to turn out. I think Giannis is going to show up. I think Curry's going to show up. I think LeBron being back in the playoffs since 2021, I think he's going to put on a show with the Lakers. I think Phoenix is a scary team, and I think they can go on a deep run.